Most of my motorcycle projects start with the idea of let's just take it apart and see what happens. Well, in this case, with trying to get the bags absolutely perfect on Titan, I think I'm just going to have to buy a welder and see what happens. So today we are here with Titan. If you're new to the channel and you don't know who Titan is my 2004 Honda VTX1800c. It was like a barn find that I got about 2 years ago. It was just sitting in there. It used to be gray with flames on it, and it was just, I couldn't do the gray with flames. And we've done a bunch of things. I've done a bunch of things to make it comfortable, more, a little more speed, a little more performance. I got rid of the beach bars and put some ape hangers on. I got the Cobra floorboards to match the Cobra pipes. Got the Kuriokin Hypercharger Pro with the old school dual port on there, which kills my gas mileage but gives me some nice extra power. Of course, put the windshield on to try to block the wind a little bit more, make it more roadworthy. And of course, I did the bags. And of course, all of these videos of everything that I've done to this bike are just right over here. You can check them out. I did a ton of maintenance, all like the rubber and the hoses and things like that could corrode, kind of were corroded, and I got rid of those. So you can check those out and see exactly what I did. I did the ground fix. I did the desmog on this. So it's all good to go. And so I got the bags on here. And that's where we're at today. Is these bags, I love them. They're from Street Glide or Road Glide. Pretty much just the same thing. Obviously they don't fit a Honda VTX, but they look good. I looked at other aftermarket bags, and they didn't have a good look to them. They were either too small or like little bubbly and just cheap looking. So I went to, was it TCMT? I'm not exactly sure, but if you own a Harley, you know exactly what company it is. They make aftermarket plastics, bags, stuff like that for your Harley without being raped by Harley themselves for buying them. So they have the aftermarkets. They're really good quality, nice bags and everything, just like originals. And as you may know, if you are following the channel, you know that I have these pretty awesome brackets that I was using for them. They're very simple, just some cheap internet brackets here that have the right angle here to pretty much put whatever bag you want on here. Because you drill holes through the actual bag. These have tapped holes, so you can line it up anywhere you want and put pretty much any bag that you want on here. So that's what I did. Of course, when I got them on here, the big honking signals didn't fit, so I ran line here. I don't like the idea of this. I'm going to try to figure out another solution, but ran it out to these LED flowing signals just so I can be seen and all that, and I mounted them on there myself. So those don't come with it. Those were additional. But while it is holding up well, looks good and all that, I think they look great on the bike. I have a bit of a sweep to the back of them. It's kind of hard because it's on the kickstand, but the bottom kind of sweep in, and it gives it a little more sportier look, I think, instead of just having them squared off along the side like, the old school Harleys. So I have them up a little higher, so to give them a little more of the, performance bagger feel, I got them up a little higher. Love the position and all that. Love how they look, love the position, love the size and all that. However, the one thing that I'm trying to do is just make these like more permanent and be able to remove them easier like they were intended to do on the actual Harley. Right now I have to undo bolts, undo the wire and all that, and they're pretty much permanently mounted right now. It takes a bit of work to get them off. But another thing that I'm trying to avoid too is get a little more solid, because when they're empty, they got a shimmy. I don't like the shimmy. This one not so much, but man, they got a shimmy. You hit a bump and I don't like it. I wanted to have a more permanent solution. So that's why I just had to break down and buy a welder. Because initially what I had, they make brackets for this bag. It goes through the inner column here. As you know, there's like you can see it from here. There's like an inner column, or not a column, an inner pathway there for the bar to go through and kind of grab the bag underneath and support it. So I would like to do that. So I went out and I bought those brackets and took them over to my brother's house because I knew they were going to need to be welded and kind of rearranged and all this and that. And so took them out to my brother, and of course, like a true brother, he said, heck no, that's too much work, and sent me home. So that leads me to having to do it myself. I believe I can make it happen. There's not too much that needs to happen. So let me just show you what I done did. Went and bought me a quality MIG welder, 130 amp, and it is the household name that we all know of, Guzhi. So it's like 96 bucks. Now this is not industrial. I'm not going to be welding all day long, and you know, a couple tack welds here and there. That's all I really need it for. And you can tell by the Guzhi name that you know, it's made right here in the good old US of A. Comes with, you know, your standard, you know, your ground clamp, which is not horrible. It doesn't feel like it's going to collapse and break. Pretty good. It's got stick welding, so you can do that, and as well as the MIG welding, the trigger here. So, and it even comes with a couple more nozzles. So, not a huge investment to get into this because it could go south really bad. So these are the brackets in question. Like I said, I got these online. They're made for my bag to go onto a soft tail. These are the soft tail versions because if you know, the soft tail has the 2 bolts on the side of the fender, and same kind of setup with it just being off the rear fender there. So they're close, but of course these brackets don't line up. They're going to need to be moved around, and this foot here does not line up to my passenger footrest. On a Harley it does. It goes to the back or the front or whatever, but I need to kind of turn this sideways and have it a little bit different. So I'm thinking, getting these brackets here, I'm like, man, 85–90% of the way there already. It has the critical bends in it and everything that I'm going to need, which are these bottom ones that go through the bag. So I won't need to mess around with that. And I'm hoping that this will only be, you know, changing this end to a different orientation and then changing these tabs. I'm hoping I don't have to take any section out or, you know, anything like that, make them shorter or nothing like that. So I'm hoping. Like I said, I am not a professional welder. I have never welded anything in my life. I've used the hot glue gun during craft time, and I'm thinking it's probably similar to that. So we're going to go on that knowledge, and hopefully those skills transfer over into the Guzhi 130 MIG welder. So the first thing that I got to do, of course, is remove these tabs, though, because I know the tabs don't line up. So we're going to be scraping this all down and getting these tabs off of here. And then I think the first thing is to do is obviously get the bags off so I can fit them on here, and then get the area, you know, get the right, you know, position that I need for it. So we're going to adventure down this road. It's new for me. Hopefully it doesn't come out looking terrible, but my idea is to get a rough idea of what the bracket will look like. Like I said, we're going to get started on this. This is going to be the adventure of a lifetime because, like I said, I've never welded anything, and who knows, my idea for bending this is to put slashes and then try to bend it and then just weld up the slashes and try to get it into the shape that I have. I don't have all the proper tools either, so I don't have a bender. I don't have, like, you know, all the stuff that I need, so it's going to be backyard, shade tree type of work that's going on. But at least I got a awesome new welder to play around with. All right, so I got the bag off so you can see a little bit more what I'm talking about. These are the old brackets that are still on here. I'm gonna get these off of here, but this is the bracket that goes to the bags. As you can see, this part here would normally hook up into the footrest somehow on, you know, a soft tail, and then these, you know, are the brackets into the fender. But mine don't line up, but just eyeing it up, it looks to need to be about that height and about here. So, you know, I got to take these tabs off for sure, because these aren't lining up with the bags anyway. So these definitely got to come off. These need to come off. Might be a short one here, and maybe have to be a longer loop than this to reach that one. And then I have to do some bending to this and cutting, and I don't know what else. But It might be bad, might be good. I don't know. Maybe it'll encourage you to go out there, if you have better skills than me, to just go ahead and buy a cheap one. Like I said, I'm not running it all day long. I think it only has like 20% usage, but I'm throwing tacks here and there, and it's probably going to be a bunch of little tacks that I put together and call a weld. I don't know. It's new territory, so we'll find out. Stick around. There'll be more installments of Project Titan, because I love my baby, and I don't know what the final version of what this bike will look like. Right now, it's more of a bagger, you know, a performance bagger look to it. It definitely has the performance, so it's always going to be a performance something. We're on a journey here. We'll see how it flows. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stick around and see what I got next for this one. And we got some more things for all the other bikes this year. It's project time. I'm in Buffalo, New York, so it's going on December, so the snow is going to be here. It's not about the cold, because I have a bike that can deal with the cold, but it's all about that snow, man. You can't do nothing with 2 feet of snow on the ground. And so we got a couple things that we're going to be doing over the winter, so stay tuned, and we'll see how Titan comes out. Either way, I think, you know, I still have the other brackets. It's still going to have that look, but who knows what this will evolve into. But anyways, guys, see you on the next one. Later.